Evanston Outlaw Baseball is live on the radio at 99.1 FM KNYN and online at mylocalradio.com. This year, Wyoming Legion AA Baseball is the show. Follow the Wyoming Legion Post 41 Evanston Outlaws throughout the summer as we bring you live video and play-by-play coverage. Being brought to you by Dr. Todd Hoover Chiropractic, Cash Honda Yamaha, Wyoming Dental Specialties, Mountain West Business Solutions, Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, Bear River Dental of Evanston and Black Sport Dental of Mountain View, Ellingford Brothers, Uinta County School District No. 1, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, the Legal Tender Restaurant and Best Western Dunmar Inn, the Evanston Recreation Center, the Littlest Wood Shop, Come On In of Casper, Plains Tire, Arrowhead Dental, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Dr. McKay Franken, First Bank of Evanston, and by Auto Farm Chevrolet. With the first pitch quickly approaching, let's head to the diamond.
Sunday, May 24th, game number 2 of the day for the Evanston Outlaws. They played earlier today and started off well enough. A good couple of first innings. They were tied 2-2 with Cheyenne, but then the post 6 opened things up in the third and fourth innings. They poured in the runs, including 12 runs in a monster fourth inning for Cheyenne. They went on to win 17-2 in 4 innings as the Outlaws went with a lot of younger pitchers. They debuted 3 new Evanston Outlaw pitchers in the game and just couldn't keep it close past that second inning. Game number 4 of the weekend, the Outlaws take on the Sheridan Troopers, and we'll start Ryan Fisher. We'll tell you more about it when we return on our scene set. Stay tuned on a First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog.
Meet the service and parts department staff at Auto Farm Chevrolet. We work on almost every type of vehicle, foreign and domestic. We also sell parts and accessories for almost all makes and models. Our staff is friendly and well-trained, and we are here to serve you. Open Monday through Friday beginning at 7:30 a.m., we invite you to Auto Farm Chevrolet for all your parts and for all your service needs. 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a community-driven dealer.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activities, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
Not sure. Welcome back to Gillette, and Ryan STEINECKERT here with Elin Olive. We're at HLADKY Memorial Stadium, and what a stadium it is, a fantastic facility. And we're going to send a thank you out, a shout out to the staff, the crew here. Between each game, they're sending all the fans out. They do a complete sterilization of everything that anyone might touch and clean things up. They close the concession stand, clean things up there. A lot of folks are wearing masks and trying to keep things sanitary. And again, regardless of where you stand on should we be closing things down, opening businesses, wherever you are on one side or the other of that, the bottom line is if we can stay safe and stay healthy, we can keep playing baseball. So we're happy for that. Outlaws is going to take on the Sheridan Troopers here this morning. And I guess we're now on to this afternoon. Not quite, just about noon. Outlaws struggled earlier today, Elin, and it was a good couple of first innings. Jaden Schneider was doing well, got frustrated, kind of just pulled himself out, said he wasn't in a mental state to keep pitching.
And that's the tough thing when you get to youth sports. I mean, it is one of those deals where you have to remember these are kids. Maybe with all the coverage and with the broadcasting we do, it's easy to fall into to making it a big deal, but you do have to remember these are kids. They're developing their bodies, their minds, their mentalities. But take away that, and it was actually a pretty decent performance by the Outlaws. A lot like what we saw against Gillette. Some mental mistakes kind of cost them, and the good news is those things are fixable.
Definitely fixable. And in a different situation where Evanston was playing maybe a doubleheader just against Cheyenne, I think you'd see a much more competitive game or two than what we saw this morning, a 17-2 rout at the hands of Post 6. Now, the Sheridan Troopers are a good quality team. They played a couple of tough games yesterday, lost close ones against, I think, was it Gillette and Cheyenne?
Yeah, they took Cheyenne all the way to the 7th inning. They had the tying run on third and then struck out. Final score 8-7 there. And then the next game of that doubleheader, they lost to Gillette 8-3. When you look at the scores that Evanston and Sheridan put up against Gillette, this is actually a very evenly matched team when you look at some things, especially when you look at the strategy that's going in on Coach Thompson's side, which is we're going to pitch one of our aces today to try to make sure we get this game to guarantee ourselves a game tomorrow.
Yep, and that's the key. Now, the Outlaws won a game they needed to win yesterday against Casper. Obviously, 20-6 was the final in that game, and we've seen some lopsided games here, some sloppiness. I think there were 8 or 9 total errors in the game earlier today against Cheyenne, and hopefully the Outlaws can clean things up a little bit for this second game. Do we know, is Sheridan the home team for this one?
Sheridan is the home team for this one.
That's what I thought. So Evanston was the home team against Cheyenne. So Sheridan will be out in the field to play some defense to start this thing out. Looks like the umpires are here. We're just about ready to get going. Coaches are walking out to meet with those umpires. So we'll take one more quick break, and we'll be back with your first pitch on a First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on MyLocalRadio.com.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires that offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
As your local Ricoh, Toshiba, and Sharp dealer, Mountain West Business Solutions represents quality office equipment that lasts. We work with each client to understand your workflow, your goals, and your bottom line. Whether you lease or purchase office equipment, we have many ways to work with you to provide the best products at the best value. We also service and provide supplies for HP printers. Call Mountain West Business Solutions today. Let us help you find the best solutions for you and your business.
At Wyoming Dental Specialties, we help you have a straight and beautiful smile to improve your appearance and boost your confidence. And did you know that straightening your teeth can benefit your overall health and wellness? Straight teeth have fewer spots for bacteria to grow and cause cavities or gum disease. Having teeth properly aligned prevents uneven wear and weakening of teeth and eliminates stress on the jaw. So, in addition to having a beautiful smile, you'll have a more healthy you. So call today to schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown at Wyoming Dental Specialties and create a more beautiful and healthy you.
Back at Gillette, we're just about underway. The Outlaws and the Sheridan Troopers. Sheridan will play Casper later today. Evanston beat Casper, and this may be a matchup we see tomorrow in the consolation, depending on how Sheridan does the rest of today as well. But certainly an interesting matchup, and the Outlaws are the visiting team, so they'll bat first. We'll give you their batting lineup real quickly. Reed Gross will lead off and play shortstop today. Clayton Moyles, third baseman, batting second. Jagger Mitchell behind the plate, batting third. Ryan Fisher pitching will bat cleanup. Batting fifth will be Gus Allred at first base. Brendan Thompson batting sixth and playing second. Batting seventh, Casey Perriman in left field. Jordan Schneider over to right field. He'll bat eighth, and then the Outlaws will be finished up with Connor Peterson batting ninth and playing center field. Swing and a miss for Reed Gross, and we're underway in this game of Evanston versus Sheridan. Eric Taylor on the mound for the Troopers, so he misses low, ball one. He's got a quick pace. Doesn't take a lot of time, at least between those first two pitches. Big, tall right-hander. strong athlete, and he delivers. Gross lets that one go. Good eye. Ball 2 down low. Eric Taylor, number 24, his battery mate. Number 8, Cody Kilpatrick. Taylor winds, delivers. Gross grounder to second. A high hop, bobbled by Stowe. Throw to first, not in time. Gross beats it out and gets on with an E4. Error by the second baseman. Gets Gross on board with no outs to lead things off. Set the defense for you real quick for the Troopers. I mentioned Eric Taylor on the mound. Cody Kilpatrick behind the plate. Caden Steele is at first, number 17. Second baseman, number 1, Trevor Stowe. Shortstop is number 12, Jacob Boynt. And the third baseman, number 21, Michael Greer. Left field to right field, out in the outfield, number 6, Brock Steele. Number 5, Carter Dubberly. And number 16, Aiden Roush. Up to the plate, Clayton Moyles takes ball 1 down low. Good scoop by Kilpatrick. Ball 1. Flags at half-staff today. Eric Taylor winds, delivers, and misses low. He's really working low, and he's missed a lot just out of the strike zone against Reed Gross. He missed a couple down low as well.
Coach Thompson changing up the strategy a little bit. Just saw him give a signal of something to Moyles.
Well, that's ball 3 outside for Moyles. President Donald Trump proclaimed that we should have all U.S. flags at half-staff through the weekend to honor those who've passed away from the novel coronavirus. Moyles takes strike 1 in the inside corner. He turned to toss his bat and then heard the call, strike 1. That was on the inside corner.
Definitely surprised by that call a little bit.
Taylor winds and deals, and a swing and a miss. Foul tip, I guess. Strike 2. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. No outs here. Top of the first inning. No score. Outlaws, the visiting team. Reed Gross reached on an error after he grounded to second base. And Moyles has a full count. Moyles hits right. Taylor throws right. Grounder towards short. Possible double play ball. Boynt makes the toss to second. Throw to first is in time, or no? I didn't see the indication from the umpire. Did he say safe?
The umpire was standing over here, and I believe he was standing between second and first, and he gives the out call.
So the 6-4-3 double play. Gross thrown out at second, and Moyles out at first. Brings Jagger Mitchell to the plate. Jagger hits right and got to bat only twice against Cheyenne. Went 1 for 2, had an RBI double in the first earlier today. And Taylor got what he wanted from his defense on that grounder to short. Jagger takes ball 1 down low on the plate.
The Sheridan team played that Cheyenne team. We just saw all the way to the 7th inning. They had the tying run on third, and they lost by 1.
Jagger rips it into center field. That drops over the shortstop's head and in for a single. And Mitchell on board with 1 down, or excuse me, with 2 down in the top of the first. And Ryan Fisher.
That's very reminiscent of what we saw yesterday against Casper, where he wasn't trying to do too much, just put the bat on the ball and send it into the outfield.
So Fisher steps into the box. Ryan, last year a .404 hitter, was had committed to play college ball, went to a year of college as Taylor delivers outside corner, strike 1. But with the spring sports getting canceled across the country, Fisher did not lose a year of eligibility to pitch at the next level, and they didn't put any restrictions on him to pitch and play this summer with the Outlaws. Long line drive into center field. No, it doesn't carry as far as I thought it would off the bat. Dubberly comes in, makes the catch, and the Outlaws go down. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. No score on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Bottom of the first coming up on a First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on MyLocalRadio.com.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first. Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
When someone says sleep apnea, it usually conjures up stereotype images. This is Dr. Jonathan Morgan. The fact is that sleep apnea affects people of all ages and occurs when there is an involuntary pause of breath during sleep. Are you always tired? At Arrowhead Dental, we offer oral appliance therapy as an effective, non-invasive treatment for certain types of sleep apnea. Schedule an appointment to take a simple in-home test. Visit arrowheaddentalwy.com today.
Bottom half of the first inning, Outlaws got a couple of runners on base, but couldn't capitalize. Reed Gross reached on an error, was thrown out on a double play. Jagger Mitchell singled with 2 outs, and then Fisher lined out to center, and the Outlaws couldn't get anything going in that first inning other than that single base hit. Now, my bet is we know the Outlaws' strategy was they pitched Gus already yesterday against Casper, hoping to get the win, and that happened in a big way, 20-6. They're pitching Ryan Fisher, who you look at Fisher and what's that?
20-7.
20-7. 6 is what I have on my score sheet.
Okay.
Anyway, so Fisher and Ryan Fisher and Gus Allred, the top 2 pitchers in the Outlaws rotation, and Fisher getting the start today against Sheridan, as the strategy is to have beaten Casper and then to beat Sheridan this afternoon. So if the Outlaws, now if Sheridan has a similar strategy with Eric Taylor being maybe one of their top 2 or 3 in the rotation, this may be a pitcher's duel in this game. We'll see how this one turns out.
From what I could gather on the game yesterday against Cheyenne, they went about 4 or 5 pitchers deep in that game alone. And then I heard against Gillette, they went another 3. So they're definitely running low on pitchers. We'll see if Taylor really is one of their go-to guys, but we know that we got one of ours on the mound. And then looking at the rules for the tiebreaker, so let's say Evanston doesn't win this game and they go 1 through 3 throughout the tournament. The tiebreaker is the head-to-head. And with Evanston winning over Casper, you would think that it actually is mathematically impossible for Casper to actually not be tied with Evanston, as Casper is already 0-2.
Does Casper play twice more today? They'll play against Sheridan and Gillette. So they would have to win 2 of those
in order to get over Evanston.
To get past Evanston for that consolation game Monday and possibly the championship, but not likely. Leading off, Michael Greer, third baseman for the Sheridan Troopers. He hits right against the right-handed Ryan Fisher, outside just off the corner, ball 1 on the first pitch. On deck, Dalton Nelson, the designated hitter, and Jacob Boynt will bat third. He's the shortstop. Aiden Roush, right fielder, will bat cleanup. We'll give you the rest of that here in a second as Fisher delivers. High chopper toward third. Moyles comes up, makes a nice play, throws to first, and gets the out. And the Outlaws retire the first batter. So a 5-4 or 5-3 putout. Trevor Stowe will bat fifth. He's the second baseman. Center fielder Carter Dubberly bats sixth. Batting seventh is the catcher Cody Kilpatrick, followed by first baseman Caden Steele and left fielder Brock Steele batting ninth. So up to the plate, this is Dalton Nelson, left-handed hitter, the designated hitter in this Sheridan lineup. Takes ball 1 up high from Fisher. Outlaws will set the defense for you. Ryan Fisher on the mound. Jagger Mitchell behind the plate. Here's the 1-0. That's way outside. Ball 2 to Nelson. At first, Gus Allred, second baseman, Brendan Thompson, Clayton Moyles at third, and Reed Gross at short. Fisher delivers and gets low in the strike zone for strike 1. Nelson watched it go by. Casey Perriman in left, Connor Peterson in center, and Jordan Schneider in right field for the Outlaws defense. Here's the 2-1. Nelson fouls it back over the backstop. Count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 down here in the bottom half of the first inning. Wind blowing across the diamond, third to first base on a cold day here in Gillette. The 2-2. Little looper toward left field. Reed Gross covers a lot of ground and makes the catch almost on the foul line behind third base. 2 down.
Last time the Sheridan team was out, they lost to Gillette 8-3. when it combined 4 of 25 at-bats in that game against the Rough Riders.
And what was their score against Cheyenne? 8-7?
8-7.
So they've had some close games. They've kept those two very good teams in a little bit better check than Evanston did, losing 17-2 today. Ripped into right field on the first pitch. Left-handed Jacob Boynt with the single into right. So Boynt is on base with 2 down.
Boynt went 1 for 2 yesterday with a run scored as well.
Cleanup hitter number 16, Aiden Roush, the right fielder, to the plate. Big, tall right-handed hitter. Goes to the very back end of the box with an open stance. Jagger sets up way inside, and Fisher delivers over the middle of the plate. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Good pitch with a lot of movement there by Fish to get that one in there.
It's been interesting to watch Fisher develop in his career. He was a little bit pudgy about 4 years ago. Let's be honest, he was. And he's got a man on first, no balls, 1 strike. Delivers and misses high and outside. He was a football player, and he decided he didn't want to play on the line. So he lost some weight. He got it improved his mobility in baseball as well. He's really developed a lot and become one of the better pitchers for the Outlaws in recent memory.
And a fantastic outfielder, as we've seen most of the weekend.
Misses low and in, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Jacob Boynt on first after that single. Into right. Outfielders for Evanston pretty much straight away. Fisher with a sidearm to Submariner delivered a first, and that just about got away.
It almost looked like an improvised, hey, I think I can get him type deal. It was very quick.
Fisher swings that right arm down with the ball in it, hides it in the glove, glances to first, glances again and again, and then delivers the 2-1. That breaks in there, drops in for strike 2.
Nice curve there by Fisher.
That Submariner, that sidearm delivery to first reminds me of Ryan's big brother, Ian Fisher, who in college became solely a Submariner, like a sidearm delivery pitcher. Hit back up the middle, and Thompson is right there on a hit and run. Boynt was headed for second base. That put Thompson in position to make that grab right behind the bag, step on the bag, and end the inning. So the Troopers go no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no runners left on base. No score at the bottom of the first. They're heading for the top of the second inning on a First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on My Local Radio.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
Do you really think you can get a better deal on a vehicle in the city? Poppycock! Rocky Mountain Yeti is hungry for your business and will beat any bona fide deal on any vehicle, or they'll give it to you as a gift. Now that's legendary. Rocky Mountain Yeti Evanston, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile legendary warranty, where legendary customer service is not a myth.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full-service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Swing and a miss for Gus Allred as we start second inning play. Eric Taylor working quick. His second pitch, Allred flies high into center field. Carter Dubberly starts back, then comes forward and can't get there in time. It drops in for a safety. Gus Allred on first. I think even if Dubberly gets a real good jump on that, it would have been like a diving effort to try and catch it, just where Gus dropped it in shallow right center field.
Just putting it in that Texas pop fly area where it's too far out for either the infielder or the outfielder to make a play.
And not too much air underneath it. That was a key as well. Brennan Thompson, grounder down the third baseline. Greer scoops, throws to first, out there, and the throw to first in time as well. A double play, second double play of the ball game already, and the Outlaws have 2 outs. The 5-4-3 double play brings Casey Perriman to the plate with 2 down. This is an impressive defense so far, and especially we saw so many errors in that last game. It feels like how cleanly this one's been played so far.
You start to see how Sheridan was able to keep Cheyenne in check with the defense that we've seen just early in this one.
Casey Perriman swings and misses on his first pitch. Hit .314 last year. Didn't play in the game earlier today against Cheyenne. And he takes ball 1 down low. But through the first 2 games against Gillette and then against Casper, he was, 4 of 5 combined, I think.
I'll give him a 800 batting average right now.
Yeah, he swings and misses. Maybe he didn't play this morning thinking, man, 800, I can sit with that for a while. As a batting average, my final year of Outlaws baseball. He takes ball 2 down and in and steps back into the box. Perriman, a right-handed hitter, throws left. Taylor winds and deals the 2-2. Boy, he fooled Perriman on that breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. And the Outlaws go down 1-2-3 kind of. We had a double play in there, so no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on, no score. Bottom of the second when we return on a First Bank presentation of Outlaws baseball on mylocalradio.com. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when 2 roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less travel. Plains Tire, 157 Fair River Drive, Evanston.
Crafting is really fun. Sometimes a tutorial helps get the project finished just right. TheLittleSwoodShop.com offers tutorials on Facebook to teach you new techniques and fun ideas for crafting. Follow us on Facebook so you're notified each time we post a new tutorial. Plus, get all your supplies for each project at TheLittleSwoodShop.com. We sell individual project supplies, kits for group projects, and we sell bulk wholesale crafting supplies. Visit TheLittleSwoodShop.com today.
At HLADKY Memorial Stadium in Gillette, a cold weekend. I was watching the weather a little bit earlier this week, and they had some days, I think, into the 70s and some warm weather. And then for the weekend, things cooled off. But not complaining here. We're happy to have some baseball going on this weekend. Outlaws opened the weekend losing to Gillette. They beat Casper yesterday in a big way, and then lost in a bad way this morning against Cheyenne. A game that was close and got away from them after a couple of innings.
That's what you call a developmental game,
right? It really was.
Where and we say it as a little bit of a joke. It's like, oh, this game's out of hand, so let's just work on development. But we saw a lot of Outlaw debuts in that first game. I think we saw 3 pitchers,
right?
1 hitter making their debut. So it was one of those ones that when it got away, it was like, okay, this is how we can best use this. But looking at when Evanston was playing them 100%. It's actually really exciting to see what would happen when they get a whole game at them.
Trevor Stowe, the second baseman, leading off in the home half of the second, takes strike 1 high and inside in the zone. Ryan Fisher on the mound, his second inning of work, allowed just the 1 hit in the first inning and misses down and in. When gets away from Jagger, he's very aware of the situation, nobody on. He doesn't have to hustle or work too hard to keep that ball in front of him. Stowe, the 5th hitter in the lineup for the Sheridan Bronx, hits right, and he'll take ball 2 down low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bottom half of the second. Fisher winds and deals, and just misses down and in. Ball 3. Down in the count, 3 balls, 1 strike.
He got that first pitch strike that every pitcher is looking for, but hasn't been able to find it since then.
Down the middle, foul tip.
Umpire having a conversation with Ryan about something. I wonder if he hit him accidentally.
Hit the umpire?
Yeah.
With a pitch?
Maybe because as Ryan was talking to him, he pat his chest as if saying, "That's my bad."
Fisher winds and delivers. Grounder toward the third base side. That's in the hole and through. Base hit. Leadoff single for Trevor Stowe. Brings Carter Dubberly to the plate. He's the center fielder, number 5, and we'll see where he sets up. We've seen a couple of left-handed hitters already, and he's on that left side of the plate. Of course, if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com from your view, that's the right side of the plate. And he really hugs that line. He's tight in on the dish. Squares around, showing bunt. Outlaws come in at the corners. Ball gets away from Mitchell, scoops it up, and realizes there's no time to throw down. So a low pitch gets Trevor Stowe over to second. Also ball 1 for Dubberly. Dubberly steps back in, taps the plate, rests the bat on the shoulder. Fisher looks back to second. Looks again, then kicks. And delivers low and in. Ball 2. Fisher having a little trouble finding the strike zone. That's 5 pitched balls in the last 6 pitches. Finds it there, down low in the zone, middle of the plate, strike 1.
Going back to the pitch previously when he lifted his leg, he had his head turned at second. That is not an easy move to do.
Now you watch him there. He'll look back at second, kick the leg, and then turn as he delivers. Often Dubberly fouls it over the third base dugout, and that evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That was something that Ryan's brother Ian would do quite a bit, and I always worried about it, but he figured out how to do that very effectively. Of course, Dad has been one of the coaches for the Outlaws team programs, the younger programs as well. Darryl Fisher. Ryan looks back to second, kind of makes a move there just to keep Stowe a little closer to the bag. 2-2 pitch, high pop-up infield. Should be playable. Gus Allred calls off, waves everybody off, and makes the catch. 1 down. Trevor Stowe stays at second, and that brings Cody Kilpatrick to the plate. Catcher, number 8. Hits right. Number 7 in the batting lineup. Outlaw outfield, pretty much straight away. Peterson shaded just a bit toward left field, but just a tiny, maybe a couple steps is all.
Wonder what kind of lineup this is for Sheridan. Looking at the stats from yesterday's game against Gillette, a lot of guys that we're seeing today were not in that game.
Fisher trying the breaking ball, and it just hangs up too high. Ball 1. On deck, first baseman, number 17, Caden Steele. Fisher winds and delivers the 1-0 and catches the inside corner, strike 1. That's not a pitch, especially with no strikes on you. No hitter's going to go after that one. Jams him in on the knuckles. Runner on second. You think that made our broadcast?
I hope not.
That's not one of the words we can't say, so it's okay. And we're not on the radio, so it's even
true.
more
So,
okay.
yeah, so FCC isn't going to have an issue with it.
1 ball, 2 strikes for Kilpatrick. Fisher continues to look back at second, very aware of Stowe. And the nasty curveball, swing and a miss, strike 3 for Kilpatrick. Man, that had a lot of movement on it. And it's the first strikeout of the day for a Sheridan hitter. Brings Caden Steele, the first baseman, to the plate, number 17.
found himself in a little bit of trouble at the beginning of this inning, but he seems to be really settling in. He's retired the last 2 batters after allowing the leadoff single.
Runner still on second in scoring position after Trevor Stoll got to second. Hit back up the middle. Fisher stabs, can't get it. Thompson behind second, throws to first. Gus, long stretch, gets the out. Whew. A 4-3 putout ends the inning. And the Troopers go down with no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. No score, top of the third when we return on a First Bank of Evanston presentation of Outlaws Baseball on mylocalradio.com.
A pass to the Evanston Rec Center can help you reach your overall fitness goals. Whether you would like to walk the indoor track, lap swim, lose weight, run a marathon, or train for a triathlon, the Evanston Rec Center offers something for everyone, every age and every fitness level. With a nursery available year-round, everyone in the family will have fun focusing on better overall fitness. Live your fit life with a pass to the Evanston Rec Center. Stop in today, 275 Saddle Ridge Road.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
Jordan Schneider at the plate for Evanston, swings and misses, strike 1. Eric Taylor, after his third inning of work, is allowed 2 hits, no runs. Nobody's even gotten to second base yet for Evanston, as Schneider takes ball 2 high and in. Outlaws the Troopers, I should say, have gotten 2 double plays as when Evanston has had runners on the base paths. Low and away, ball 2 for Schneider. First at bat of the day for Jordan. And he'll take ball 3 just outside and down low. Schneider 1 for 2 against Cheyenne this morning. Had a single and scored one of just only the 2 runs that Evanston scored against post 6. The 3-1 for Schneider, right side, and it's off the glove of first baseman. Taylor comes over from the pitching mound, and the toss over there. Schneider dives but can't quite get there in time, and the Troopers get the out. Their defense has been solid so far. 4-1 putout. Caden Steele made a nice effort from first base to knock that ball down, and
he almost got hold of that one. If he had his glove maybe about 2 more inches higher, it would have been in the pocket.
Connor Peterson, strike 1, outside half and down low in the zone. Eric Taylor on the mound for Sheridan. Big, strong right-handed pitcher. Peterson inside, can't catch up to the heat. Strike 2. Steps back in. Peterson hits right. We got 1 down. Top half of the third, no score on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Grounder up the middle. Boynt scoops, throws, and from short makes the play. Good stretch by Steele.
This has got to be one of the better infields that we've seen at this tournament this year so far.
So far, both these teams playing clean baseball, and as you said, Elin, I mean, they've turned 2 double plays. We've seen the 3-4-1 putout. The first baseman tipped it. The second baseman picked it up, threw it to the pitcher at first to get the out. Ball 1, low and away to Reed Gross. Reed put it in play towards second base and reached on an error in the first inning, and he takes a plunk. That was high and in.
No problem.
That's the 3rd time in 3 games he's been hit by a pitch. He'll take his base.
He's winning the contest.
Yeah. I don't know if the others are going to buy him a steak dinner or what, but maybe it's just bragging
Maybe
rights.
he gets Ethan's purple shoes for a game if he wins.
Purple shoes views. Who knows? Our broadcast today is brought to you in part by Superior Rental and the Gun Room, 371 Prospector Drive in Evanston. They've got pressure washers, trimmers, tillers, mowers, including zero-turn mowers. I bought a mower from them a couple of years ago. It's been fantastic, just a great mower, and they've got the mechanic there to service that equipment as well, so you can buy it and get it serviced at the same location. Superior Rental on the Gun Room. Low and away, Reed is on first. Clayton Moyles at the plate takes ball 1.
Moyles grounded out to the shortstop. First time up.
Moyles takes it high and in. The Outlaws this year have more guys who throw left-handed than they've had in a bunch of years. But then many of those guys, like Moyles, Casey Perriman, another one, they throw left but hit right. Moyles steps back into the box. Waves the bat. Swings and misses. Strike 1. Taylor just blew it by him. 2 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs and a man on first. Gross was hit by a pitch. Outfield for the Troopers pretty much straight away. About midway between the infield and the fence. 2-1, swing and a miss. Strike 2 as Gross heads for second and gets caught stealing.
What a throw by Kilpatrick.
So that ends the inning. Moyles will get a second crack at the bat. He had a 2-2 count when Gross was thrown out. Outlaws go down again. 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. A little bit of a different 1, 2, 3, but that's as it is. Bottom of the third when we return on a First Bank of Evanston presentation of Outlaws Baseball on mylocalradio.com.
What do you do when you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes. For the tooth fairy. So the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
In May of 2019, Uintah County School District No. 1 became the first school district in Wyoming to achieve a certified level 1 on high reliability schools by the Rosanna Leadership Center. We're focusing on 3 levels. Level 1 is a safe and collaborative culture. Level 2, effective teaching in every classroom. And Level 3 is a guaranteed and viable curriculum. We are certified level 1 in safe and collaborative culture. This is Superintendent Ryan Thomas. Congratulations to everyone in our district. Keep up the great work.
Uintah County School District No. 1, Pathway to Excellence.
A defensive battle so far. I don't know if we're far enough in to call it a pitcher's duel at this point. Bottom of the third inning, but again, so far, that's what it's seemed. The defenses are playing well. Teams not getting a lot of hits, not moving batters or base runners around very far. Outlaws and Troopers, no score on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. As we head for the bottom of the third inning, and our broadcast is brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic at 545 Cheyenne Drive in Evanston. Dr. Todd Hoover does blood work as well. So if you need some blood work done, you can get that done there. He does dietary supplements, weight loss programs, and you can get rid of allergies. Don't just deal with them and hide the symptoms. Get rid of those allergies with Dr. Todd Hoover Chiropractic. Elin, the strategy for Evanston was to, obviously do what they did yesterday, beat Casper, hope to compete with Gillette and Cheyenne, and then have Ryan Fisher on the mound to compete with and hopefully beat Sheridan. And so far, they're competing, no score.
Yeah, definitely. Just actually looking at it, there's a combined 4 hits into this game, each of them only with 2.
Fisher winds and blows it past Brock Steele. Strike 1, swing and a miss. Brock, the number 9 hitter in the lineup, left fielder, number 6, right-handed hitter. The 0-1 from Fisher, high pop-up, and the Outlaws move to their right, but this one's going to drift out of play just barely. Jagger saw he might have had a chance, and it hit almost the front lip of the first base dugout, but out of play. Good hustle by Jagger Mitchell. He played some quarterback for the Evanston Red Devils this past fall.
He did. He was actually the starter for the season opener after the injury to David Baxter in the offseason. And then he himself was hurt in the game against Riverton, and then that saw sophomore Jackson Moore get some time.
0-2 down on the outside corner of the plate, literally bounced on the plate, I think, and makes the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brock Steele leading off bottom of the third for Sheridan. Fisher winds, delivers, popped up off the handle of the bat, it looked like, and Clayton Moyles comes over to make the catch, 1 down. Looked like a routine play, but Moyles got those long legs. He covered a lot of ground to get there in a hurry. One of the PA man here said earlier he's probably the best left-handed third baseman in the state. He's probably the only left-handed third baseman in the state, but that was a funny comment. Brings us back to the top of the lineup. Turn it over to Michael Greer, the leadoff hitter. And he swings and chops it back out of in foul territory. Greer grounded to third his first time up in the first. Right-handed hitter, number 21. He's the third baseman. Fisher kicks, delivers, and the breaking ball. Jeez. Man, that's got a lot of movement on it. Froze Greer, and he takes it for strike 2.
2 really quick strikes from Fish to try to put this guy away quickly.
He winds and delivers, chopped down the first base side. Gus started in, then had to go back out, knocked it down. That ball bounced funny. It looked like it was going to go right down the line, but bounced out more towards second base.
Gus Allred actually made a great stop there, but it almost, after he made the stop, it looks like the ball just kind of got stuck in his glove and he couldn't get it out in time to make that play.
Mark that as a single?
Yeah.
So Greer on first with the 1-out single. Brings Dalton Nelson to the plate. Popped out to short in the first inning. He's got a runner on first with 1 out. No score on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. And Nelson fouls it straight back to the screen. Well, the Outlaws, this will be their final game of the day today and for the weekend, unless the win over Casper, and depending on what they do here, unless those wins may be enough to get them to tomorrow.
I would think the way this situation sets right now, with Casper having lost, sitting at an 0-2 record coming into today, Evanston with 1-2, it would be, if Evanston wins, they're automatically in Monday, and then we'll have to see what Casper does later on today if they lose.
Fisher winds and misses low. Jagger looked down, trying to pick off Greer at first.
Interesting. Nelson looked like he put his hand up to call time mid wind up there, but didn't get that time, as they do call that one a ball.
Fisher very aware of Greer at first base. He takes his lead. Fisher delivers, foul tipped back. Luckily that was foul tipped, because boy, Greer could have made it to, surely would have made it to second if it just had gotten away from Jagger. So a ball and 2 strikes. 1 down, bottom of the third, no score between Evanston and Sheridan. We've seen a lot of high scoring, a bunch of lopsided games. Evanston's 3 games so far this weekend have been lopsided.
Very much so.
Lost to Gillette, big win over Casper. Lost earlier to Cheyenne, 17-2. Fisher, kind of a slower pickoff move to first, and Greer back in safe.
And as a coach, this is the type of game that you want to see your boys get into early in the season, to see how they respond in these pressure situations where literally any swing of the bat could change the complexion of this game.
Low and away, ball 2, evens the count. Moyles swings his arms around, makes sure to stay loose, maybe trying to stay a little bit warm. It's about 45 degrees. Down the first base line, just foul on a grounder from Nelson. Keeps the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Funny how things work out sometimes, because if Gus just stays on the bag, where he is right now, he can just reach out and grab that grounder. But of course, as soon as the pitch is delivered, he moves out to play a more normal position at first defensively. Fisher looks to first, looks again, glances again, and then kicks and delivers. Fouled back out of play. Nelson battling, the designated hitter who popped out to short in the first inning.
I got 6 pitches thrown in this little mini battle going on between Fisher and Nelson right now.
With 1 out and a man on first. You mentioned one swing of the bat can make such a huge difference. Fisher slings it over to first, and it was off target, but Allred makes the catch. It makes every pitch so important, doesn't it? To put a lot of pressure on your pitcher.
It does, and this is one of those mini battles that ultimately can win the war when it's all said and done.
Nelson a wide open stance, and he gets plunked.
Right.
Fisher.
I had to hit him right in the numbers on the back. That does not feel good.
So that puts runners on first and second with one out. And Nelson wins that battle with Fisher. Fouled off 4 pitches.
Fisher definitely had to say, though.
Yeah. Foul off my pitches, William. Jacob Boynt to the plate. He singled in the first. Didn't get past first, though, as the next batter, Aiden Roush, grounded out to second. Fisher looks back to second. Greer inches back a little closer. Swing and a high line drive into deep right field. That'll score a run, maybe 2. That's all the way to the fence, 377 feet out there. Picked up, Schneider throws it in. 1 run scores, another, and a stand-up 2-run triple for Jacob Boynt puts Sheridan on the board. Greer scored from second. Nelson scored easily from first. And Boynt opens the game with 1 swing of the bat. Breaks things open. 2-0. Sheridan Troopers. They've got 2 hits in this inning. Fisher breaking ball outside corner, strike 1 to Aiden Roush, who grounded out to second back in the first to end that first inning. Fisher says, no, I don't, not that. Yep, let's do this one. And again, that breaking ball almost gets Roush to chase it down low, but he holds off, ball 1.
Be interesting to see how Evanston tries to get out of this jam. They've got that 3rd run scored, possibly standing there only about 90 feet away.
Got some options here. If you're Roush, if he puts it like a fly ball would especially into right field or anywhere deep in the outfield, and Jacob Boynt would have a chance to tag a ground ball. Outlaws are going to surely throw to first to get the out. Just about anything put in play. Oh, and Jagger snaps it down to third. They've got Boynt in a pickle. He's in some trouble, and Mitchell will tag him.
Beautiful job.
There's another way to eliminate the threat at third. 2 down. So that was a 2-5-2 put out.
Great recognition there by Jagger. As soon as he caught it, he saw that Boynt was a little bit too far off the bat and throws it immediately to Moyles. And all of a sudden, it's just game over. It was interesting. Boynt charged Mitchell while he had the ball, then tried to switch directions, get it back to Moyles. And in that entire time, Mitchell's using his speed to chase him down.
So a base running error for Jacob Boynt. Probably give him a pass because of that 2-run triple earlier, but it's a second out and also eliminates the opportunity for Roush to hit somebody home. Roush takes ball 3, and he's got a 3-1 count. 2 outs, bottom of the third. Fisher goes right down the pipe. Not sure why Roush didn't swing at that. Maybe he was expecting something a little different, but Fisher gets him on the strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the full count pitch, and grounded toward third. Moyles goes to his knees, picks it up, drops it, picks it up again, throws in time, and gets the out. A 5-3 put out ends the inning, but just some damage done. 2 runs on 2 hits, no Outlaw errors, and nobody left on. 2-0. Sheridan leads. Top of the fourth coming up on a First Bank of Evanston presentation of Outlaws Baseball on MyLocalRadio.com.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
When you want something custom built for your home, farm and ranch, vehicle, or trailer, it needs to be done with precision, be strong, and be affordable. Get all this and more when you work with the Steel Shop at Ellingford Brothers. You bring the plan or idea, and they'll make it a reality. The Steel Shop sells and installs vehicle accessories like bull bars, running boards, and bed liners. They also specialize in truck and trailer hitches as well. Get it built to last. Ellingford Brothers, 221 County Road in Evanston.
The importance of saving and learning how to use money wisely can be taught from a very young age. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we offer youth accounts to help kids learn to save, borrow, and spend responsibly. Our youth accounts are special, just like the kids in our community. Check out our See You Grow, See You Learn, and See You Prosper accounts for kids 0 to 18. These accounts are great to start managing finances. Open a youth account today for $1. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
Fourth, when we return on a First Bank of Evanston presentation of Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog and My Local Radio.
An infected tooth can cause discomfort and serious harm to your health. At Wyoming Dental Specialties, endodontist Dr. Leslie Walker understands the complexities removing infected tissues from inside the tooth, which is one reason why you can trust him to provide endodontic treatment and root canal therapy. With a skilled staff and state-of-the-art technology in our office, we help save your smile and improve your overall dental health. Call today to schedule your appointment, 307-789-5608.
We take your fun very seriously. That's why we put so much emphasis on training and experience with our mechanics at Cash Honda Yamaha. Whether you're getting it ready for an upcoming season, putting it away for the winter, having routine maintenance, or have a mechanical problem, we want to make sure that when you're ready to have fun with it, it's ready for you. Don't trust your fun to just anyone. Make sure you bring all your service work to Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley.
In May of 2019, Uintah County School District Number 1 became the first school district in Wyoming to achieve a certified level 1 on high reliability schools by the Rosanna Leadership Center. We're focusing on 3 levels. Level 1 is a safe and collaborative culture. Level 2, effective teaching in every classroom. And Level 3 is a guaranteed and viable curriculum. We are certified Level 1 in safe and collaborative culture. This is Superintendent Ryan Thomas. Congratulations to everyone in our district. Keep up the great work.
Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Sheridan Troopers lead 2-0. Outlaws have just 2 hits so far in this game. They're just not getting much done with the bats. And credit to Eric Taylor, the pitcher for Sheridan. He's been very effective. Nothing even really out of the infield except what's been right to his defense. And his defense has been behind him. They've turned a couple double plays so far in this game. Ryan Steineckert here with Elin Olive. Bottom half of the 4th inning. Sheridan, the home team in this contest. Brought to you in part by mylocalradio.com. Local radio just for you. We've got local and regional news. And if you're listening right now, you can obviously tell live regional sports as well. We'll follow the Outlaws all summer long on mylocalradio.com. High chopper toward third. Moyles steps back, grabs, throws, and just in time to make the play. Moyles has been good so far today on D.
That is the second 5-3 put out in a row for the Evanston Outlaws. They got it against Roush, and then they just did it against Stowe.
We had the same thing. The first out of the game, Michael Greer grounded out to Moyles at third. The hot corner indeed. Carter Dubberly to the plate. He's the third baseman, the center fielder. Where's number 5? Left-handed hitter. Dubberly popped out to first in his first at bat in the second. Flies out toward the third base dugout. Moyles chasing, but it drifts and hits the roof of the dugout.
Something might be. I was wondering what happened to Jagger Mitchell's glove. It was just buried under his helmet and his mask when he threw everything off.
I think he's one of those ones that he likes to get that mask off anytime he can.
Well, he's got the flow going, so why not?
the locks, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
His hair, the flow.
The flow.
Low and through the legs of Mitchell. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Troopers lead 2-0. Those 2 runs in the third inning, rather. A 2-run triple by Jacob Boynt after Greer singled and Dalton Nelson was hit by a pitch. Here's a line drive into deep right center field. That's right about where Greer hit it where Boynt hit it for the triple. This is Dubberly rounding second. He's heading for third. Outlaws just got the ball. This might be an inside. No, Thompson relays it in, and Dubberly stops at third with a stand-up triple. If he'd really kept moving, he might have been able to make it home. We're at 400 feet straight away to center field, 320 down each line, left and right. And Dubberly hit that to right center where it's right between 376 and 400 feet. It rolled all the way to the fence. And he's on third with 1 out. Cody Kilpatrick, catcher, to the plate. And that gets away from Jagger, but he kept it close enough that Dubberly stays at third.
Notice what he didn't keep. The helmet and the mask came right off.
Kilpatrick struck out swinging in the second. Fisher deals a grounder toward the first base side, gets through. That'll score a run, and Sheridan leads 3-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. RBI single for Kilpatrick. So Evanston getting in a little bit of a hole in the way that Taylor is dealing for Sheridan. This is going to be tough. Fisher's got to settle down and not allow any more runs. Caden Steele to the plate, right-handed, wide open stance hitter. And straight up, straight knees. Fisher breaking ball stays high, ball 1. Peterson shaded toward right field. He's almost in right center. Perriman straight away in left. Schneider straight away in right.
Interesting thing to do with a right-handed batter, because that is, if he goes where he usually does, it'll put it almost in that gap, but because
That
the
left
wind
center
is
gap.
Yeah, because the wind is blowing left to right, that might have a lot to do with what's going on here as well.
Well, and the 2 triples for Sheridan today have been in that right center gap. Throw over to first, and Kilpatrick back in safe. Steele with an interesting stance as he's in the batter box. The knees straight up as he waits for the pitch. Little bend at the waist. The 1-0 pitch, breaking ball, hit back toward the second base. Thompson flips to second, and Reed throws to first for the double play. A 6-4-3 double play ends inning number 4. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left on. 3-0 Sheridan leads. Top of the 5th when we return on a First Bank of Evanston presentation of Outlaws baseball on mylocalradio.com.
If you can't give your dentist a 5-star rating, then you ought to consider making your next dental appointment with Dr. McKay Frankham. One patient said, "The best experience I've ever had at a dentist." Other customer comments include 5 stars plus. And not only is Dr. Frankham the best dentist I've ever been to, but I can actually afford to have dental work done by Dr. Frankham. Make your next dental visit a 5-star experience. Call for an appointment today at 307-789-8910.
Do you really think you can get a better deal on a vehicle in the city? Poppycock! Rocky Mountain Yeti is hungry for your business and will beat any bona fide deal on any vehicle, or they'll give it to you as a gift. Now that's legendary. Rocky Mountain Yeti Evanston, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile legendary warranty, where legendary customer service is not a myth.
3-0 Sheridan leads, top of the 5th inning. A far cry from what we had earlier today. We saw 19 runs scored, and even further from what yesterday when Evanston beat Casper, we had 26 runs scored. Today so far just 3, all by Sheridan. They lead 3-0. Outlaws have got to get some offense going here.
Sorry, go ahead.
You go ahead.
It is only 3-0, but with the way that Taylor's been dealing, it might as well feel like 9-0 at this point.
It kind of does. He's only allowed 2 hits. No Outlaw base runner has gone beyond first base. Reed Gross tried to get to second, was caught stealing in the 3rd. Gus Allred leading off, number 5 hitter in the Outlaw lineup, swings and misses outside. Strike 1. Sheridan, certainly not an offensive showcase, but 6 hits, the 3 runs, and they've got I don't know if you'd call it comfortable, but certainly a lead. Gus foul tips it back to the screen. Strike 2.
Gus 1 for 1 with a single back in the 2nd. They really need that leadoff guy to get on right now.
Dubberly in center field, shaded off to the right, so there's a good gap in left center. If Gus can take it the other direction. Oh, no. Did you see that? Oh, that low pitch. I hope that umpire's wearing some padding under there. Oh, man.
If that's true, that might be if what I thought earlier was true, that might be the second time he's been hit.
That bounced right through the legs of the catcher and in between the legs of the umpire. Oh, man.
I always feel like a jerk laughing at something like that.
Well, he's smiling, too.
Yeah.
I hope he's wearing something that protects him.
He's got to be, or he wouldn't be walking at any normalcy right now.
Oh, man. Talk about sacrificing for the greater good. He's laughing with his umpire, his other officials, so he's doing okay. This is a courtesy time to give him.
This is when the outfielders get left out. You see all the infielders and the catcher are meeting with the guy on the mound, and the outfielders are like, la, 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 I guess we'll just sit here and wait for something to happen. And then, of course, in the center fielder runs all the way to left field to talk to one of them. They decide to break up the conference at the mound. So he's got to get back over there in position.
All right. Well, we're glad he's okay. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gus Allred, the lone left-handed hitter in the Outlaws lineup, comes back over to the box. Eric Taylor has shut the Outlaws down. 2 hits, no runs so far. He's on the mound, throws right, got no outs. Gus leading off, swings and misses, strike 3. Gus is out. And Taylor just has Evanston guessing so far. You see that swing by Gus. It's a chop.
I have no idea what's coming type thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Taylor doing a nice job, and he's done.
That's it.
Wow. Interesting. Maybe it's just a pitch count situation here where the Sheridan coach doesn't want to let pitches get to, pitch count too high.
Great performance by him, though.
So Eric Taylor, I think we can nobody on, so we can close the book there. What
4 and a third?
4.4 and a third. 2 hits, no runs, obviously none earned. Did he walk anybody?
I don't see
no
any
walks. He hit 1. Remember, Reed Gross was
Mm-hmm.
hit, and strikeouts 3, which is not anything that impressive. But the just 2 hits, no runs. That's very impressive. Obviously, no home runs.
Looks like number 23 is the new pitcher for Sheridan.
23 is Hunter Stone. He's a right-handed thrower. And, boy, long. He looks tall and lanky. Might have some real good whip. We'll see what kind of velocity he has.
His arm definitely comes out at an interesting angle. He's almost got that outstretched type. I guess a good comparison nowadays would probably be Zach Greinke type angle.
This pitching change. We'll take advantage of the moment here to thank one of our sponsors, Superior Rental and the Gun Room, 371 Prospector Drive in Evanston. They have the largest inventory of industrial strength equipment for rent, and with the mechanic on site, he maintains all their industrial rental equipment, so when you need it, it's ready to go. And that's at Superior Rental and the Gun Room, 371 Prospector Drive in Evanston, especially if you've got some kind of big job going on. So nice to be able to rent that equipment, not have to, buy or figure out where else to get it. Maybe, other options could be to try to leave town and bring something back, but you don't have to do that with Superior Rental there in Evanston. No balls, no strikes as Brendan Thompson comes to the plate, and he'll face Hunter Stone. First batter to face Hunter Stone today for Evanston. Stone delivers outside, ball 1. Does Thompson kind of treat this almost like he's a leadoff hitter? Try to see some pitches, be patient?
I definitely think so, especially with the new angle that's coming out on this one as he foul tipped that one off.
So 1 ball, 1 strike for Brendan Thompson. Pops it out of play over the first base dugout.
With how Taylor had Evanston guessing, bringing in a new pitcher might actually be just as much of an advantage for Evanston as it would be for Sheridan. Ooh, but that one was nasty.
He had Brendan Thompson guessing, swings and misses at a high fastball, strike 3. Well, Casey Perriman comes to the plate, struck out swinging in the second. Perriman, yesterday against Casper, 2 for 4, 2 runs, 2 RBIs. See if he can get something going here for Evanston. 2 outs, strike 1 inside corner. Perriman struck out swinging in the second. That ended the top of the second inning. High and in. Perriman.
He was ready to take that one.
He was ready.
He had his head down like, okay, here we go.
Uh-huh. This won't feel good. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stone, quick pace. Delivers low and just misses, ball 2.
If he missed, he didn't miss by much. That looked really good.
Visitors half of the 5th inning. Sheridan leads 3-0. Outlaws with 2 outs. Perriman into left field. Got it right past the outstretched glove of Michael Greer, the third baseman. And Perriman reaches safely with a single.
See if Evanston can put something together here after that.
2-out rally. They're in a tough spot to try and get that going, but Jordan Schneider comes to the plate.
it's still early enough in the game. If you can just get one run and kind of break that dam open, then you don't know what could happen.
Perriman leads off at first. Haven't seen Stone's pickoff move, obviously. Schneider takes one high and inside, ball 1. Schneider hit a ground ball to first base in his last time up to start the 3rd inning. Steele knocked it down. Stowe picked it up and threw to Eric Taylor for the out. It was a 4-3 or 3-4-1 put out. And Steele dives and makes a catch at the first base bag to get the out. Schneider hit it well, but Steele caught it better. That ends the inning. Outlaws go down with no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on, trailing 3-0 in the bottom of the 5th, coming up on a First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on mylocalradio.com.
If you can't give your dentist a 5-star rating, then you ought to consider making your next dental appointment with Dr. McKay Frankham. One patient said, "The best experience I've ever had at a dentist." Other customer comments include 5 stars plus. And not only is Dr. Frankham the best dentist I've ever been to, but I can actually afford to have dental work done by Dr. Frankham. Make your next dental visit a 5-star experience. Call for an appointment today at 307-789-8910.
Do you really think you can get a better deal on a vehicle in the city? Poppycock! Rocky Mountain Yeti is hungry for your business and will beat any bona fide deal on any vehicle, or they'll give it to you as a gift. Now that's legendary. Rocky Mountain Yeti Evanston, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile legendary warranty, where legendary customer service is not a myth.
3-0 Sheridan with the lead. The Outlaws have just 3 hits in the ball game, and Eric Taylor closed the book on him. 4 1/3 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts, hit 1 batsman, but didn't allow the Outlaws to even have a runner past first base. Hunter Stone came in. He took care of business as well. Struck out Thompson, allowed a single to Perriman, and then a line drive to first base. Jordan Schneider was retired. Outlaws a little bit of a change in the infield defensively. It looks like, is that still Perriman in left? And Peterson in center. Schneider still in right field, but at third base, we've got Bodie Weeks, number 23.
At third, so he must be coming in for Clayton Moyles.
And that may be, let's see. Yeah, we'll just have to see how things shake out on the lineup. But I can't tell if that's Moyles or Perriman out in left. Fisher out for his 5th inning of work. Misses low to Brock Steele, leading off this bottom half of the 5th. Sheridan leads 3-0. Fisher again misses low and away. Ball 2. Steele 0 for 1. Popped out to third in the 3rd inning. 2 balls and a strike. Fisher deals inside corner, strike 1. I think that's Moyles in left.
I think you might be right. So he probably came in for
nasty breaking ball, strike 2 from Fisher.
So Moyles, if we're right, Moyles would move to left, and that would mean that
Perriman came out.
Perriman came out, and Brody.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. That may have been foul tipped, but Jagger hung on to it, and Steele goes down swinging.
2nd strikeout of the game for Ryan Fisher.
Michael Greer to the plate, leadoff hitter, singled and scored in the 3rd, grounded to 3rd in the 1st. He's 1 for 2. So Bodie Weeks is at 3rd for Evanston. The rest of the defense remains the same. We'll reset that for you here in just a moment as Greer is in the box and Fisher delivers. Pretty curved ball, strike 1. You've got Mitchell behind the plate, Fisher on the mound, Gus Allred at first, Brendan Thompson at second, Reed Gross at short, and Bodie Weeks at 3rd. The 0-1 drops in there, strike 2.
2 really good pitches from fish to kind of start this one out. That first pitch started way outside and then found its way perfectly in the pipe.
The 0-2 swung on, tipped right in front of the plate. Jagger Mitchell grabs it, throws to first, and a nice accurate throw retires Michael Greer. A 2-3 put out. Outfield for the Outlaws, Peterson in center, Schneider in right, and we believe it's Moyles in left. It may be Perriman.
Looking at the batting order, it would make sense if it was probably Moyles in left, because you've got Moyles actually due up in the next inning, and he's been a big bat for them coming up this weekend.
2 down. And into the box, Dalton Nelson, the designated hitter, takes ball 1 high and away. He battled his way to being hit by a pitch in the in the 3rd inning, and was one of the runners that came around to score on Jacob Boyd's 2-run triple. Fisher, that was that came in so slow. Off-speed pitch that drops in outside corner, strike 1. Nelson a wide open stance in the left-handed batter's box. Fisher delivers. Nelson swing and a miss, strike 2.
Fisher's starting to get dialed in a little bit more here in the 5th inning.
Nelson just had no clue on the timing with his swing there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th, and Fisher misses low. Two balls, 2 strikes. Strikeout, ground out, and here's the 2-2. Grounder into right field. That's through the gap. And Nelson's on base with a single, his first base hit of the game. He was 0 for 1. But again, get on base was hit by a pitch in the 3rd and then scored. So 2 outs, and Jacob Boynt comes to the plate. His last at bat, that 2-run triple. He's 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Had a single in the 1st.
After that trouble, he got cut down on that pickle between Jagger Mitchell and Clayton Moyles, the catcher and the 3rd baseman.
Fisher whips a throw over to first. Can't get it quite in time to pick off Nelson. Again, a quick throw right back over there. Fisher trying to catch Nelson unaware. But Nelson heads up, dives back in. Inches out. Fisher, that breaking ball got away from him a bit. Jagger has to stand up and step a couple times out to his left.
Good reaction by Jagger, because if that's past him, that could be that's going to be at least 2nd, could be 3rd, depending on how far that went, because that had some height to it.
Fisher again glances at first, very aware of Nelson, then winds and delivers. That breaking ball did not get away from him, but must have been a little bit low. Ball 2. Maybe curved right around the outside half of the plate.
Jagger Mitchell talking with the umpire, asking where that needs to be.
Quick whip throw back over to first, and Fisher's that sidearm delivery. The ball, if he gets it on target, it comes right in at the bag. 2 balls, no strikes. Man on first with 2 outs. High fly ball into shallow center field, drifting back a little bit. Peterson comes up, settles under it, makes the grab with 2 hands, and ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on. 3-0 Sheridan leads. Top of the 6th after this on a First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on MyLocalRadio.com.
When shopping for a vehicle, it's important to have a good selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. It's also important to have a knowledgeable salesperson that listens, a finance team that helps you get the payment that matches your pocketbook, and a smart office staff that makes sure all the paperwork is done right. You can always rest assured knowing that our whole team is working for you. Auto Farm Chevrolet. Stop in today. We're a community-driven dealer.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
3-0, top of the 6th inning. Sheridan leads. Outlaws coming to the plate, and leading off will be Connor Peterson. Then we'll turn it over back to the top of the lineup. So, Evan, you said it. It's now or never, right?
It is. I mean, you're in the 6th inning as this one gets fouled off into right field from Peterson. But you've got 2 innings left. You're down by 3. You've got to think at least one. You got to get 1 run here in order to make that manageable.
Yeah, minimum 1, hopefully 2 or more. But Peterson swings and misses, and he's down big in the count, 0-2. Hunter Stone came in, finished off the 5th inning with a strikeout, gave up a single, and then a line out to first base. And Peterson, he'll get on, but he'll take that. Hit in the back. Outlaw bench likes that for Peterson. He probably would have preferred to get on a different way, but if that gets things started. Oh, look, it is. So Bodie Weeks is up next.
So he
did come in for
Moyles.
Clayton Moyles. Reed Gross at the plate. 0 for 1 in the game, and he hits one deep into center field. No, not as deep as I thought it might be. In fact, not deep enough even for Dubberly to get up to it. It drops in there for a single.
Good piece of hitting there by Gross to kind of get things going a little bit. Now you've got a runner in scoring position. I think this is the first time they've been on second all game.
That is the first time an Outlaw has gotten safely to second base. Bodie Weeks to the plate. So that must have still been Perriman. We were mistaken. Perriman was still out in left field for Evanston, I would assume. Weeks, a big, strong right-handed hitter. Takes ball 1 high and in from Hunter Stone. Gross, I like that aggressive hitting. Sees something he likes and takes that first pitch back up the middle into center field. There's the 1-0. Weeks hits it high and deep into right field. This should be at least a good enough for Peterson to tag. He chooses not to. Stays safely at second, and we have 1 down. That brings Jagger Mitchell to the plate. He's 1 for 2, singled in the first, grounded to short in the 4th. Jacob Boynt, the shortstop for Sheridan, has been very good today. In fact, there was a stretch where he made, I think, 2 or 3 outs in a row as the Outlaws grounded to him.
Back in the 4th, Moyles and Mitchell back-to-back right to him.
Jagger Mitchell out to the right field, a little looper that drops in. They're going to score a run or wave one home, and the Outlaws put one on the board. Mitchell trying to stretch it to a double, and he's tagged out at second on the dive in. Gross around to third. Peterson scored from second, and Mitchell out at second trying to stretch that into a double. They'll give him an RBI. So the Outlaws get a run on the board. Trail 3-1. They have a runner on third in Reed Gross.
Umpire's having a conversation with someone in the Evanston dugout.
I know Jagger, when he was tagged out, when he was called out, he looked back up at the umpire incredulously. Thought maybe he wasn't even, maybe the tag didn't touch him or something, but he's smiling over here outside the dugout next to Coach Moyles. Not sure what it was, but at the plate is Ryan Fisher with a runner on third. And, boy, with 2 outs, if Fisher could get a base hit and make it a 1-run ball game, Evanston could feel pretty confident moving forward. Top of the 6th inning, 3-1, Evanston trails. That's just the 5th hit of the game for the Outlaws. Stone delivers. Fisher pops it high, back out of play. Ryan last year, I think, was number 2 on the team in RBIs. He had 42. Only Seth Lloyd had more with 50 over the course of the season. Seth Lloyd, of course, in Las Vegas, serving a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Fisher down the line at third, just foul. And now he's down 0-2 in the count with 2 outs. Reed Gross, of course, with 2 outs, he was moving on any contact. He picked up Fisher's bat for him, stood it straight up at home plate.
Jagger's still having a word with one of his coaches over there at the dugout. That was a very close call.
Mm-hmm. Fisher awaiting the 0-2. Outside and up high, ball 1.
This is one of those at-bats that could really change this entire game. I mean, it's a 2-run game right now. It is manageable for Evanston in the 7th, but if you can somehow make it a 1-1 run or tie it up,
Caught looking. Fisher goes down, strikes out. Hunter Stone gets out of the inning, allows 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Outlaws trail 3-1 against Sheridan on a First Bank presentation of Outlaws baseball on mylocalradio.com.
Trona Valley Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution. When you become a member, you are an owner of the credit union. We believe in people over profit, and that impacts the way we do business from our overall structure down to the smallest detail. Our philosophy sets us apart, and we're here for you. Earn more with our high-yield checking account, start a savings goal, check out our competitive loans, and much more. Become a member today. We're a caring partner dedicated to your financial success. Member NCUA.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Outlaws get 1 run in the top of the 6th. Could have been more, but Jagger Mitchell tries to stretch a single into a double tag out there, and then Fisher strikes out looking. But Mitchell does get the RBI single. Connor Peterson scored the run, and Evanston within striking distance as we head for the bottom of the 6th. But a big key here, they've got to keep Sheridan from scoring more runs in the home half of the 6th inning. Elin, Evanston, let's do some quick math here. Outlaws scored 3 or 6 in the first game against Gillette? 3. Then they scored 20
and then they
against Casper. That's
2.
23, and then 2. That's 25 runs in the first 3 games. They've got 1 so far in this game. They had allowed 11, 6, and 17. That's 34 runs. They've allowed 3. There's been a different game, a different style ball game. It's a little more. We thought it might be a pitcher's duel, and it really has been a defensive battle. Sheridan's turned 2 double plays in the game.
And I think this is exactly what both managers are wanting to see, because I think really both of them sent out some of their top guys in this game.
Aiden Roush leading off. He's the number 4 hitter in this Troopers lineup. Right fielder, big, strong right-hander. Takes strike 1 on a nasty curveball from Fisher. Another curve. Roush waits on it and fouls it off over the first base dugout. No balls, 2 strikes. Fisher coming after him.
Jagger Mitchell still smiling over there.
You think he felt like he slid under the tag?
I think there's 2 things going through in his head. 1, I think he felt like he got under it. And 2,
strike 3 looking for Roush. Jagger didn't keep the ball in the glove, so he has to throw down to first and retires Aiden Roush.
I think the other thing is that Jagger is probably, maybe I shouldn't have pushed that one so much.
Yeah, probably kicking himself for being too aggressive. Brings Trevor Stowe to the plate, second baseman, number 1 right-handed hitter. Fisher, the right-handed pitcher, delivers at another. Just, boy,
that circle change just was nuts.
What can you do with that?
The other thing that Jagger's got to realize is that, all that happened, but he also brought in the run.
Mm-hmm.
He brought in the run. He got the hit when they needed it most. And now Evanston, this is a manageable deficit going into the late inning.
That, of course, contingent on Evanston shutting down Sheridan. Jagger going all out as that was foul tipped, and it looked like it went off the foot of Trevor Stowe. But Jagger making sure, like play to the whistle, right, kind of thing.
Yeah, he went out there, fielded it, and threw it to first just in case it was one of those deals where it was fair.
And he's the one guy that can't see that the umpire puts his hands up to say dead ball. So he making sure to play through. That was smart. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. Sheridan with nobody on and a 3-1 lead. Fisher misses way outside. Not quite in the territory of Brendan Thompson's missing way in front of the plate, but that one did bounce quite a ways in front of the plate.
Easy.
Sorry, Michelle. I just had to get it in there again. Strike 3 looking. Fisher freezes Stowe. And we've got 2 down.
And both via strikeout.
Carter Dubberly to the plate. Center fielder number 5. Hits left. His last at bat, a triple. Then he scored on Cody Kilpatrick's single. Put Kilpatrick on deck. Dubberly in tight on the plate. Strike 1. That, from where he's standing, that looked way too close, but he is right in tight on the plate, so that did cross that inside corner. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, a 3-1 Sheridan lead. Dubberly waits. Fisher deals, and Dubberly fouls it over the third base dugout out of play.
Bodie Meek creeping in on that pitch, expecting something to be on the ground that maybe he can run up and take care of quickly.
Fisher looks in, kicks. 0-2, up high, ball 1. Outlaws in the outfield. Look at that gap in left center. Peterson shaded way into right field. That's where Dubberly hit his triple back in the 4th. Fisher misses low and away. It's almost like saying, inviting Dubberly to try and hit into center field. I mean, if he hits straight away center, he'll have a triple.
Maybe if he puts it in that gap around the HLADKY banner, that could, if with his speed, he could come all the way around.
Ball 3 outside. Fisher trying to nibble at the edges. He misses 3 in a row after he was up 0-2. Now he's got a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody on. Dubberly waits. Fisher deals inside corner. Strike 3. 3 strikeouts looking for the Sheridan Troopers, and Fisher retires the side. 1, 2, 3 strikeouts. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody on. And we head for the top of the 7th, final inning coming up on a First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on MyLocalRadio.com.
Crafting is really fun. Sometimes a tutorial helps get the project finished just right. TheLittlesWoodShop.com offers tutorials on Facebook to teach you new techniques and fun ideas for crafting. Follow us on Facebook so you're notified each time we post a new tutorial. Plus, get all your supplies for each project at TheLittlesWoodShop.com. We sell individual project supplies, kits for group projects, and we sell bulk wholesale crafting supplies. Visit TheLittlesWoodShop.com today.
A pass to the Evanston Recreation Center gets you so much more than a weight room. A pass also gives you access to the pool, hot tub, steam rooms, cardio room, cycling studio, shooting range, basketball court, and locker rooms with showers. Passes also let you attend drop-in fitness classes at no additional cost, including Zumba, yoga, cycling, water aerobics, and strength training classes. Live your fit life with a pass to the Evanston Recreation Center. Payment plans available. Stop in today.
Top half of the 7th inning. Final chance for the Evanston Outlaws unless they get something done. They've got to score at least 2 runs to tie things up and hope for more. They trail 3-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Our broadcast today is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic at 545 Cheyenne Drive. Dr. Todd Hoover, Doctor of Chiropractics. You visited Dr. Hoover for the first time, a week or 2 ago?
Yeah, I had. He fixed me up perfectly.
At the plate, Gus Allred leading off, and he squares showing bunt, almost like a drag as he starts to hit for first but misses. Strike 1.
That's exactly what it was. It was kind of a swinging bunt because he was taking about 3 steps towards first by the time he put that out.
Swings and misses. Strike 2.
That was a swing meant to send a message that he was going to put something over off the wall.
Gus wanted to get a good hold of that, but missed. So Hunter Stone has him down 0-2 in the count. Stone is way outside, ball 1. Eric Taylor got the start. He's in line for the win for Sheridan. went 4 1/3 innings, allowed 2 hits, no runs, struck out 3. Stone, wow, way outside again. Just a little outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gus Allred, 1 for 2 in the game. Struck out swinging in the 5th. That was the last batter that faced Eric Taylor. Allred fouls it over the backstop and stays alive. Gus singled in the 2nd. It was an interesting pitching change. Eric Taylor had things rolling. He really was pitching well. Struck out Gus Allred, and then they pulled him out. I wonder if it was a pitch count.
That's the only thing I could think of.
2 balls, 2 strikes, high and out. Ball 3, count is full.
Good at bat so far by Gus. It was 2 quick strikes, and now he's just been really patient waiting for the perfect one.
Gus, of course, hits left. Stone throws right. Allred pops it high down the third base line. In play, a diving effort, but unsuccessful by Cody Kilpatrick. Wow. Laid full out. Couldn't quite get that ball. So Gus lives to see another pitch. Dodges a little bullet there. Count remains full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Outlaws in the top of the 7th, down 2, 3-1. They scored their first run of the game in the 6th. Sheridan Troopers pitchers have kept the Outlaw hitters in check. Allred steps back in. Stone delivers. Chopper down the third base line. Charging. Greer scoops, throws off balance, and misses. It was a low throw. Bounced once. Steele couldn't grab it. I think Gus might have beat it anyway. Call it a single. Infield single for Gus Allred. Put that ball in play and hope for the best. He got it.
Brennan Thompson, he is 0 for 2. But as we saw in the last game, when a hitter comes up 0 for 2, that means something. They're due.
Brennan hit .319 last year. That may have been the laziest move to first I've ever seen. Hunter Stone.
He was crawling pretty much.
He kind of turned over that way fairly quick, but then just tossed it a little bit. Brennan Thompson shows bunt, pulls back, strike 1 outside corner. Thompson last year, 34 RBIs to go with that .319 average. Gus on first with no outs. Stone takes his time. Thompson calls for timeout and gets it just before Stone delivers, so no pitch there in the books. Count remains no balls, 1 strike. Sheridan scored 2 in the 3rd, 1 more in the 4th. Evanston scored 1 in the 6th. Other than that, a bunch of bagels up there on the scoreboard. Thompson again shows bunt, high pop down the first base line, not down the line, but toward the dugout, and luckily for Brendan, nobody in place to try and make the catch. Brendan Thompson, what do they say? That if you're fast, you can wear white shoes. He's not fast. Of course, those are more like yellow because they're just so dirty, aren't they? They're like a light brown.
He was fast enough to get to first to third yesterday. Remember that.
It's true. I shouldn't pick on him. He'd probably beat me in a foot race. So. Ball 1 up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Thompson skies 1 high down the third base line. Greer drifting forward in foul territory makes the catch. 1 down. Outlaws down to their final 2 batters. Unless they can get a couple runs across the plate, they trail 3-1 in the top of the 7th. Evanston in position after that win over Casper yesterday to likely earn a spot in tomorrow's consolation, even if they lose this game against Sheridan.
This might be a preview of that matchup in consolation, too.
We could very well see Evanston and Sheridan again tomorrow. Casey Perriman to the plate. Hits right, swings and misses hard, heavy cut there. He liked that pitch, just couldn't catch up to it. No balls and a strike. Hunter Stone has so far allowed a couple of hits, 1 run. And just fooled Perriman there. Froze him right down the pipe, strike 2.
He wants that one back.
Yeah.
Stone's not going to show that again, though.
No, he won't. No balls, 2 strikes. Allred, big lead at first, but dives back. Maybe it wasn't as big as it looked when I glanced over there. On deck, Jordan Schneider. Again, Outlaws down by 2, needing a couple of runs here in the top of the 7th. Stone delivers. Perriman reaches out and taps it into right field. Good, safe, conservative base running. Gus Allred stays at second. Perriman with his second single of the game brings Jordan Schneider to the plate. Now, got to watch out. You can't get caught in a double play. Sheridan has turned 2 double plays, including a 3-4, or no, that was just a 1 out, but for when Schneider batted the first time. But they have turned 2 other double plays, a 5-4-3 and a 6-4-3. Stone delivers, outside corner, strike 1 to Schneider, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Jordan went 1 for 2 earlier against Cheyenne, had a single and scored one of the only 2 runs Evanston had against Cheyenne. Outside, just off the corner. Ball 1. Schneider yesterday had a great day at the plate against Casper. 2 walks, got on base 3 times, went 1 for 3, scored 3 runs, and had 2 RBIs. A 2-run double. Fouls it straight back to the screen, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Gus Allred at second, Casey Perriman at first, both singled to get aboard. Evanston needs both of them to score to move on past, and Schneider strikes out looking. Outside corner, nasty pitch from Stone. So the Outlaws down to Connor Peterson in their final out of the ball game. The tying run is on first base if Peterson can do something here. Connor hits right. Stone throws right. 2 outs, top of the 7th. Stone throws. Peterson tips it high in the air. Should be an easy catch, routine catch for Cody Kilpatrick. The catcher ends the game. And the Outlaws lose 3-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Sheridan holds on for the win. Outlaws had 2 runners on base with just 1 out, and then Stone strikes out Schneider and gets Peterson to pop out to the catcher. And Evanston goes 1-3 through the regular play. We'll talk a little bit more in our postgame show about what may happen tomorrow for Evanston and other teams. But in the meantime, stay tuned. We've got the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap coming up and the McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision Play of the Game in our postgame coverage after this on a First Bank of Evanston presentation of Outlaws Baseball on MyLocalRadio.com. The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
At Ellingford Brothers, we're known for an excellent steel shop and quality cement. We also provide other products all year round. Sand and different sizes of gravel for road base and landscaping in the summer and fall. Traction in the winter and mud control in the spring. Bark for landscaping in the summer and winterization in the fall. And topsoil. Spring, summer, and fall. Prices are always honest. Pickup or delivery. Ellingford Brothers, your year-round source for so many things. Stop in today at 221 County Road in Evanston.
Welcome back to HLADKY Memorial Field. Ryan Steineckert here with Elin Olive, and the Evanston Outlaws just went final against the Sheridan Bronx. Evanston comeback bid or a come-from-behind bid falls short. They scored 1 in the top of the 6th, had a couple runners on in the top of the 7th, but couldn't get them around and score, and Sheridan wins 3-1. I'll tell you more about it right now on the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. If you go to camera 2, Elin, and then there's the image, yeah. All right, Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap at 113 Front Street in Evanston. Jimmy John's, where fresh and fast meet. Outlaws, after a tough loss in the morning against the Cheyenne Post 6, Evanston lost that game 17-2. It went just 4 innings. They had a much better outing against Sheridan. Ryan Fisher was on the mound and held Sheridan scoreless through the first 2 innings. Outlaws also went scoreless through the first 5 innings, actually. Sheridan broke things open a little bit in the third. A 2-run triple by Jacob Boynt put Sheridan on top 2-0, and then they added one more in the fourth after Carter doubly tripled and Cody Kilpatrick hit him home on a single. Sheridan led 3-0. Outlaws didn't manage a run until the 6th inning when Connor Peterson was hit by a pitch, reached base. Jagger Mitchell singled him home, and Outlaws were on the board but trailed 3-1. Evanston got 2 runners on in the top of the 7th with 1 out, but couldn't bring them around, and Sheridan earns the win 3-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. So Evanston should get another game tomorrow in consolation, may play the Sheridan Troopers. We'll have to see how things shake out the rest of the day Sunday. But we'll keep you updated, and you can check mylocalradio.com. If the Outlaws play, we'll be here to cover the broadcast or cover the game tomorrow here from Gillette. That's the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap at 113 Front Street in Evanston. Jimmy John's, where fresh and fast meet. Stay tuned. More of the post-game show coming up after this on a First Bank presentation of Outlaws baseball on mylocalradio.com.
In today's world, with so many places to shop and so many options to choose from, sometimes you have to boil it down to one simple question: where do I get treated the best? At Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, we work hard to make sure every customer knows how much we appreciate them. We love what we do, and we believe in the products we sell. Our goal is to build a lasting friendship with every customer so we can serve you and your family for generations. Visit us today, Cash Honda Yamaha, 3765 US 91, Hyde Park, Utah.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit scenic Idaho.
Three to 1 the final score on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Sheridan Troopers hand the Evanston Outlaws their 3rd loss of this young season. Evanston just couldn't get enough going with the bats. You think about Ryan Fisher and holding Sheridan to just 3 runs. And, I mean, not to say Evanston wasn't in this game, but, you know, you should be in a game if you can hold your opponent to 3 runs, and Fisher did that. The Outlaws defense did that. They just didn't get enough run support. 1 run. And inefficient, too. 7 base hits, but they stranded 5 guys on the base paths, and those were especially costly. I think the especially costly running or base running issues in the 6th inning. Jagger Mitchell hit that single. It was an RBI single. He tried to stretch it into a double and got hosed at second base. And then a couple of singles in the top of the 7th, but both those base runners got stranded. So Outlaws an inefficient 7 hits with just 1 run scored in the ball game, and they lose 3-1. Some final stats for you. The Evanston Outlaws, Reed Gross goes 1 for 2, had a single. Clayton Moyles went 0 for 1, 0 for 2, right? Did Moyles bat in the 4th, or was that Weeks? That was Moyles, wasn't it? So Moyles goes 0 for 2. My apologies as I get these stats added up. Bodie Weeks goes 0 for 1. Jagger Mitchell 2 for 3, couple of singles and an RBI. Ryan Fisher 0 for 3, struck out twice. Gus Allred 2 for 3 with a single. Brendan Thompson 0 for 3, struck out once. Casey Perriman 2 for 3, a pair of singles. Jordan Schneider 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Connor Peterson 0 for 2, but reached base. He was hit by a pitch and scored the lone run of the game for Evanston. Elon, do you have the stats for Sheridan?
We do. We have leadoff hitter Michael Greer going 1 for 3 with a run scored. Dalton Nelson, the designated hitter, 1 for 2 with a run scored. Jacob Boynt, 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs on that 2-run RBI triple. Aiden Roush, the right fielder, going 0 for 3. Trevor Stowe, the second baseman, going 1 for 2. Carter Dubberly going 1 for 3 with a run scored. Cody Kilpatrick going 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Caden Steele going 0 for 2, and Brock Steele going 0 for 2. Ryan, looking at these stats, it really was just a certain amount of hitters that were able to take advantage of Ryan. Everybody else either had 1 hit or no hits at all.
Yeah, you scatter 7 hits over the course of 6 innings, and Fisher really did have a pretty good outing. 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned, I believe, 5 strikeouts. That's a quality outing, and as it did today, an outing like that's going to keep you in most games. I think what it comes down to, Evanston just didn't get the run support that Fisher would have needed. So Fisher takes the loss. Taylor earns the win. He went 4 1/3, 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit batsman, and held the Outlaws. Taylor held the Outlaws scoreless. Evanston got their run against Hunter Stone, who pretty good outing for him as well. Even though he allowed the hit or the run, he still only allowed, I think, 4 hits and the 1 earned run. So pretty good pitching from Sheridan today, and they earned the win. They've got the next game, I think, don't they, Elin? Sheridan plays next here against Casper. And then you'll have Casper versus Gillette. Cheyenne and Gillette wrap things up tonight at 7:30. Now, just some logic here real quick, and thinking about tomorrow, the fact that Evanston beat Casper, and then who does Casper have left? Sheridan and Gillette. It would be a stretch to pick Casper against Gillette, I think.
Well, the bottom line is Casper has to win one of these games.
If they have
to win both of these games, because the tiebreaker goes to Evanston.
Right. So if they were to, so Evanston went 1-3. If Casper were to win one of these games today against Sheridan or Casper, they would be 1-3 on the weekend. Mm-hmm. Evanston would have the tiebreaker, as you said.
Yes.
So if Casper wins both these games this afternoon, then Evanston's likely going home. Of course, if Casper wins both these games, they would have beat Sheridan and Gillette. If Sheridan loses this next game, they would be 1-3 the weekend, but they'd have the tiebreaker over Evanston. So there's a few ifs there that we're not quite sure, but either way, what's happening tomorrow is there's a 3 versus 4 seed in the consolation at 10 a.m. The 1 versus 2 play for a championship at 12:30. If Evanston is alive for the consolation, they won't make it to the championship, but if they're alive for the consolation tomorrow at 10 a.m., we'll have that game right here on my local radio. So we'll hope that's the case.
And it's very likely that it's Evanston versus Sheridan game 2.
Very likely. I think that is the most likely scenario. All right. Well, I think that'll do it. Oh, we got to do the McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play of the game. And I think one play that comes to my mind is Jagger Mitchell's single that scored the run. Yep. Connor Peterson came around to score on Mitchell's single. He tried to stretch it into a double and got thrown out at second, but that got that first run across the plate and was a key for the Evanston Outlaws in today's game.
Other candidate and honorable mention, I guess you could say, Ryan Fisher striking out the side in the 6th.
Yeah, struck out the first one swinging, the next 2 looking. Fisher finished with 5 strikeouts in the game. A pretty good outing, but it takes the loss. All right, then. Is that it, Elin?
I think that's it.
We thank you for tuning in here on mylocalradio.com, and thank all of our sponsors, including, of course, mylocalradio.com, Superior Rental and the Gun Room, Hoover Chiropractic, and others. And so if Evanston plays tomorrow, it'll almost certainly be at 10 o'clock. In the morning. We'll have the broadcast here on My Local Radio, and it would also be on K9 if the game is tomorrow as well. So, all right, final score 3-1. Sheridan earns the win for Elin Olive. I'm Ryan Steineckert. Have a great day and a happy Memorial Day tomorrow.
You've been tuned into Evanston Outlaw Baseball on the Big Dog 99.1 KNYN with live video online at mylocalradio.com. Today's broadcast has been brought to you by these supporting businesses and individuals: Auto Farm Chevrolet, First Bank of Evanston, Dr. McKay Frankham, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Arrowhead Dental, Plains Tire, the Come On In of Casper, the Littlest Wood Shop, Evanston Recreation Center, the Legal Tender Restaurant in Best Western Dunmar Inn, West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Uinta County School District No. 1, Ellingford Brothers, Bear River Dental of Evanston and Black's Fork Dental of Mountain View, Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, Mountain West Business Solutions, Wyoming Dental Specialties, Cash Honda Yamaha, and by Dr. Todd Hoover Chiropractic. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media. Our executive producer is Val Cook. We want to thank Office Manager Kayleen Anderson, our Sales Manager Julie Burley, along with Evanston's Elin Olive, and Bridge Valley's Jake Hibbard, Rich County's Ryan Steineckert, and Production Assistant Alyssa McDaniel. But the biggest thanks of all is to our sponsors and to you for tuning in. We invite you to visit MyLocalRadio.com for archived games and like My Local Radio on Facebook to stay up to date with the game broadcasts. Thank you for joining us on this presentation of Evanston Outlaws Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at MyLocalRadio.com.